Hello there, everybody. I can see everybody dialing in there. Nice to see you all. Hope you've all had a good afternoon, and hope you also managed to join the sessions during the week and saw our participation in the masterclass with Paul Kelly, our sales director, and also the Q&A session with my colleague Dave Neal. My name is Grant Daly. I am one of the Senior Business Development Managers at Universal Orlando Resort. And looks like we have everybody pretty much here. So I'm going to get started because we're short for time. So let me just share my screen to you all. And hopefully you will all now be able to see my presentation. So, Universal Orlando Resort, this is the map. You may have seen this many, many times. This is our best sales tool by far. It really brings home that we are a resort destination. It will take you a minimum of 4 days to complete Universal. We have 3 parks. Most people plan a full day in each park. But additionally, you'll need extra time to fit in things such as the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. People can spend a whole day in our 2 lands across both our main parks, Universal Studios Florida and Universal's Islands of Adventure, but also, mop-up days to come back and re-ride their favorite rides and attractions as well. One thing that the map really brings home, though, is the proximity of everything. Many of our attractions and parks are within walking distance of each other, as well as us, of course, having complimentary resort-wide transportation. And I want to draw your attention to, in the far left corner there, the new shortly. But to summarize, we are 8 on-site hotels, 3 amazing theme parks, full entertainment and dining complex, and as we said, resort-wide transportation. So really we're that ultimate one-stop shop for a day or on-site experience there. Now, obviously, in the world of COVID, this has become a big topic and the guidance is constantly changing, but I'm pleased to say all for the positive. So we're still taking all the various measures, as you'd expect, in place. But the big change in the recent weeks has been in line with CDC guidelines. We are now no longer require masks to be worn outdoors. So only indoors when you're in an attraction queue line, retail space, or in a dining restaurant until you are sat down. And they're now also optional for guests who are double vaccinated. The other key one as well, the change is that throughout the whole of the pandemic and reopening since, we've not required a reservation system. So we're still giving guests the flexibility to be able to come in and out of the parks whenever they please. But some of the biggest news has been in our development of our hotels, and particularly now over on the left there, our value category, 2 new hotels there, both now fully open, waiting for our guests to return from our markets. But we really have something for everybody at every price point. So on the right, you'll see that we have our Premier and Preferred. These are our full service resorts. So things you'd expect from bellhop concierge, desk services to pool deck drink service, 24-hour room service, and formal sit-down restaurants. Our prime value and value hotels tend to focus much more on the budget-orientated customer, so we change those out for more grab-and-go food options and such to really make the price point much, much more affordable. But really now with Endless Summer, that's really set a new standard for price point, but with the on-site hotel benefits. And our newest hotel, Universal's Endless Summer Resort, Dockside Inn and Suites, has opened now during post-pandemic and is yet to receive any guests from the UK and Irish markets there. But this is a fantastic hotel, and most importantly, it is the value for money. Rooms here start at under $100 a night. Hopefully you saw the video on the masterclass with my boss, Paul Kelly, but particularly as well here, this hotel offers a great price point, but with all the on-site benefits, the particular one being early park admission benefit to both the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and also Universal's Volcano Bay as well. But the other big selling point is we have the standard rooms at Sleep 4 with queen beds, but over half of the room inventory here and its sister hotel, Surfside Inn and Suites, are these larger 2-bedroom family suites. They comfortably sleep 6. They have a dining area, as you can see. They're just out of sight there on the left. You also find 2 queen beds in the main open space, but just to the left of that vanity is a separate bedroom. Absolutely invaluable for the parents to just have that little bit of separation from the children. So to summarize, all all of our hotels come with amazing benefits. The top 3 hotels do also include that fantastic Universal Express Unlimited Rise access to allow guests to skip the regular lines. That's a premium product that would normally value at about $150 a day per person, but all guests benefit from that early park admission benefit, the resort-wide transportation, shuttle buses from all the hotels, water taxis from our preferred and premier hotels, and of course resort-wide charging and package delivery back to your hotel room as well. But in the actual parks themselves, lots of developments going on. The big ones over in Universal Studios Florida, back just around the time of the pandemic, we were just about to open the Bourne Stantacular. So this actually opened in June now of last year and has, been open to fantastic reviews here. This is a live action stunt show utilizing amazing cutting edge technology, and it is so seamless between live action on stage and cinematic effects behind it as well, that really it blurs the lines between the two, and has been also a great change to other attractions we have. It's very, very unique, and also great as a great pit stop during a busy day in the parks to put your feet up in a lovely air-conditioned theatre and enjoy an amazing show. But over next door in Universal's Islands of Adventure, again, new attractions that guests won't have experienced. So Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure opened just the summer before the pandemic. So as a result, the vast majority of UK and Irish guests have yet to actually experience this as well. So this has been a fantastic story coaster. It's actually the longest coaster in Florida and also has the most launches, 7 launches of any coaster as well. But with that incredible theming and of course linked into Harry Potter, which is obviously incredibly popular. But our big news, of course, has been last month we opened the Jurassic World Velocicoaster, and this is a true adrenaline-fueled coaster with that incredible theming with the raptors, not just on the attraction itself, but all through the queue ride experience as well. But most importantly, we have 2 incredible launches to 70 miles an hour, one of which puts you up, you can just see it in the loop at the background there, 155-foot top hat maneuver, the tallest coaster in Florida, and down a sheer 80-degree drop on the other side. And not to mention, of course, our third park, Universal's Volcano Bay, our water theme park, as we like to say. And this, again, is a full-day experience with that incredible theming, as you would expect from our creative team here. But also unique in it was the first park in Orlando to offer virtual queue line technology with our unique Tapu Tapu wristband system as well, which of course then leads us nicely into the tickets. We have a very simple ticket option here in the UK, the 3-Park Explorer, and we offer you 3 parks for the price of a 2-park ticket. So effectively Volcano Bay is that added bonus to you, and 14 days of unlimited use, which is perfect for the UK and Irish guests' length of stay and offers that better value for money. So as a general rule, in resort now we sell what we call date-based prices, so you can add multiple days, multiple parks, different price points depending on the day of the week you visit. Can be, to a UK consumer, very confusing. However, as a general rule, if you either start adding a 3rd park or a 3rd day, this ticket wins out in value for money, hands down. But the best part is as well, we know that guests actually use it way more than that, and allows also those ad hoc visits, even in the evening. If you're coming up to City Walk for something for the evening for dinner, you can pop into the parks without using up a whole day of what would normally be a traditional day use ticket as well. And another big development during the period of COVID has actually been enhancements to the guest experience. So we wanted everything to be as contactless as possible in the parks. And as a result, we're really encouraging the use and uptake of the official Universal Orlando Resort app, which you'll find in all the major app stores. It's free to download, as you say there, but it encourages now the contactless aspect of the park. So you can now store your tickets onto your phone. You can do mobile food and drink ordering. But the big one by far is virtual queue line technology. For select, most importantly, the most popular attractions, you can now actually allocate ride times, which means you actually spend more time enjoying the wider parks and other attractions, waiting until your allocated time comes up, and then obviously minimum amount of time then waiting in the queues to experience. So really maximizing your day and your experience. And that leads us nicely equally into our Universal Partner Community, which is our hub for all elements with regards to Universal and updates. You'll find links here to our fantastic blog site, to our YouTube channel with all the great videos you may have seen during this week here as well. Also social media toolkits. Has, of course, our online partner training, including specific modules around COVID and such, but also that once you've completed those, you'll be eligible for our concessions for both discounted tickets and agent rates on the hotels as well. If you have any issues, you can contact the email address there, and we will give you a company code that will allow you, if you are working for, say, one of the major consortia, we have those already set up, and we can give you a pre-approval code to actually join. And please keep up to date on the site with regards to all developments going on in the parks, because there are a lot. So with that, I'm going to come out the presentation and we'll move to the Q&A.
Thanks very much. That's great. Great overview. Packed managed to pack a lot in there. We've had a question from Sarah asking, what is the lead-in price for the 2-bed family suites per night at Dockside Inn and Suites?
It's around roughly about $130, $140 a day, depending upon season, based upon also length of stay. We have length of stay discounts with all of our hotels, and basically the more nights you save, the maximum the discount saving can be. So again, the best option is to go for the 7-night minimum.
Great, thank you. And to our viewers, if you did have any questions for Grant, again, please pop them in the chat. We've got a few minutes until the next training, so we've got plenty of time for them if you do have any queries. Barbara has asked, can I get your email address again, please?
Yeah, so the generic email address is very simply one word, sales and marketing, and that's sales spelled A-N-D, not the squiggly sales. So sales and marketing at NBC, as in NBC Universal, UNI.com. So sales and marketing at NBCUNI.com. And that will reach our sales coordinator, Zoe, in the office, who will be happy to help you and direct you with any queries you may have, and to the relevant member of the sales team.
Lovely, thanks. We've got one agent here who visited in December 2019 and went on Hagrid's Magical Creatures motorbike adventure. Said it was a great ride. Can't wait to return. So good comment there.
It is a fantastic attraction, and I think that's the thing. We've almost had a hiatus out of the market, so we're in this unique situation where we've actually got 3 major attractions that none of our guests have yet to experience. So again, it's a bumpy year to be heading back. Okay.
Denise has asked, what's the best time of year to visit to avoid large queues?
So obviously all of the peak seasons are, when both the UK and Irish guests want to travel and when the American guests want to travel are going to be the busiest. But there are some changes between those. So for instance, we don't always align. So Easter and Christmas are by far obviously the busiest. The summer tends to be more spread out. However, the US domestic holidays start earlier in the summer, early July through to middle of August. So if you have to go on the summer holidays, try to go at the end of August. Now, I need you taking the bank holiday, it's considerably quieter. And our hotel rates come down in price as well. Half terms are another great example where the domestic market is not on holiday. And also try to avoid, if you can, any major US major holidays, for instance, Thanksgiving, July the 4th, because they will be busy domestically.
Okay, great. Michael has asked, are the resort hotels open now?
All hotels are reopened as of last month. We actually brought them forward early, so that was great news. So we are back to full capacity at the hotels, and all 8 hotels are open.
Great. And is there a car parking charge for staying at the Universal hotels? That's from Daryl, that one there.
Yeah, so there is for all of them, but it does vary by the category of hotel you're staying in. So our cheapest resort starts with Universal's End of Summer, both Dockside and Surfside Inn Suites, where it starts at $15 a day per night. It's very much linked to the price of parking, as all theme parks do charge for when you actually visit for the day. So basically, it's in line with our parking charges for the parks.
Okay, thanks. And actually, just leading on from Michael's question about the hotels being open, are there any current restrictions on the attractions and the rides, or is everything operating as normal?
I'm pleased to say that as the measures have been relaxed, like I said, we mentioned about the mask wearing policy, but that's allowed us to return to, normal pre-COVID pandemic capacity levels, which means we're still taking measures in the park, but we are being able to obviously accommodate all the guests. As I said, we've not felt it necessary throughout the whole of the pandemic to introduce a reservation system. And, we are back with a bang, and guests are thoroughly enjoying themselves in the parks again.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Grant. I think that's about all we've got time for today. Viewers, if I could ask you to answer the questions in the polls tab if you haven't already, for the chance to win the holiday to Florida, and then move on into training room 7, where Visit Central Florida will be starting their training presentation in the next couple of seconds.
Thanks, Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, everybody. Nice to see you. Bye now.